And we got Mr. ZVN, man, the rapper, the MC, the hooper, the man that was making straight A's when the grading scale was 95 to 100. Like, I'm talking about IQ got to be 140 plus, man. The hustler, man. The man got, I mean, he do it all. So, without further ado, man, Mr. ZVN, man, how's it going, man?
Bruh, hey, I'm gonna take the saying from this old man I met. He always say, "Blessed by the best." You hear me?
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. But what? So,
Yeah,
but I'm sure a lot of people that know you probably already know. But what was the first thing you was passionate about?
man. Truthfully, the first thing I was passionate about was actually baseball, bruh. Yeah, so
What made you? Did you
back,
t-ball?
yeah, so I started since I was four, man. Since I was 4 years old, I was involved with T-ball first, and then I got into like hardball over there by Mullins. I was in that
Yep.
league all
Yeah.
the way till it was over with. But like honestly, if I had to say I had a sport that I should have stuck with the most, bro, it would have been baseball, bro.
Really? What position did you play?
Mainly shortstop. I played every position though.
I
Like
heard you got to be the man to be. I don't know too much about baseball, but they say you got to be good to play shortstop.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Between shortstop and second base, bro, and pitcher, those were the main three spots that I did.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I played first base, but you know when you play t-ball, they just really put you out there and you play in the dirt and all that stuff. So I really,
Yeah.
I really never got into it, but I could tell by so I, listen to a lot of your lyrics, and I remember this one song that you had back. I think it was like 2019, the Peripheral Vision song. I listened
Hmm.
every day for like a month straight, like going to work, and like it resonated with me on so many levels. Like especially on one part where you said, I can't link with you if our energy not aligned. And like I understood what you were saying, like you wanted to say another four-letter word, but you didn't. So like I kept restarting it, you know what I'm saying? So but I can tell by the way you write your bars that you had to be a poet at some point in your life. So how did you, was it a heartbreak or was it the love letters? You know what I'm saying? In the poetry.
Man, I think that poetry aspect is something that was in my DNA, bruh. I figured everything out late. Like I feel like I always exemplified things, but as far as me recognizing it, it wasn't up until I was 16, as far as like me starting to do like the lyrical thing. So on the slick, that was an accident, just hanging around with my partners and we playing beats,
Yeah,
joning on each other, you know what I'm saying, going in like that. So that's where it came from. But I ain't gonna lie, as you grow older, you realize that sometimes you can suppress old memories.
yeah.
And bro, when I thought back, I was like, dang, bro, I really did used to like write raps. And
But
of
you
course,
know,
I never knew till later, like, dang, bro, I really always rapped.
yeah,
But I always did it like in my secrecy, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It wasn't nothing I was public with.
So it was so like I can guarantee you, if I could put a beat on right now, if you could vibe with it, you could probably write eight. You could probably write an eight. I'm talking about a nice 8 bars in about 10 minutes. It's just easy.
It's easy, bro.
That's a gift, man. I didn't realize that either. Like that's really a gift.
Yeah. I'm thankful for it, bro. It's like I say, I never knew till I got. That's why I say life is so crazy because it always was there, but it
Yeah,
took the right situation for it to come out and then it started to make sense because actually just getting a little bit of feedback from people after I had started recording, that alone made me realize like, hey, I'm kind of decent, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And you know how it is, bro. I'm a very passionate person. So once I get the feeling as if it makes sense to do, I go all in.
yeah,
And if it wasn't for that, I never probably would even mess
yeah.
with rap, bro.
Now,
Yeah.
what was one song that you can remember? Because I know it's a lot of them that
Hmm.
you really had fun making the song. Like you was in there, like you really had a good time.
Man, that's easy. It's an album I did called Order the Bean. That same album where you got the Peripheral Vision song
Yeah,
from. It's the one featuring Casino.
yeah,
And it's just I remember like, bruh. I got myself all the way right with the aesthetics. I threw me a pair of shades on. I had threw me an
Yeah,
outfit on. I'm like, this was around the time when I first started freestyling, like
yeah,
off the top. So I was like, bro, I just got a feeling when I hit this beat, it's gonna be that thing. So
yeah,
I got it all in my mode, turned the beat on. It came on, it sounded so trash in the intro. I'm like, ah, nah.
yeah,
But when the bass hit, I was like,
yeah,
ooh, Flow just came, bruh. And it's one of the most catchiest songs I ever did. It's called Bankroll Shotter. But yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that one stand out to me a lot, bruh.
Yeah, but what but was it one that you didn't really like that kind of took off that you didn't really think nothing of that kind of everybody else ended up liking?
Mm. Man, peripheral vision, bruh.
For real?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
That I tell you, like knowing you and being around you for so long, I don't know what it was about that one, but it was like I ain't gonna lie, I think you wrote it under the influence. I think you was a little like
100%.
I think you wrote that and you was like so like it was just one of them days where probably raining outside. You like, you know what? You know, that to me, that like that's if you did like like it's I always tell people, man, it's I don't think people understand like the payola stuff, like the pay for play. I'm like, man, so many people that's like just me being honest, that Kendrick Lamar thing that's trending right now, I don't think it's all that. But I'm like, it's
Yeah.
they got some good stuff. This is the right person ain't heard it yet. But that peripheral vision, man, I was like, I swear, bro, I still listen to it. The one you sent me with it's the remix with
What Trip? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
still listen
yeah.
to it. So yeah, that one that's probably my favorite song, man. That you done made. But let's switch.
Appreciate that, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. Appreciate that. So so talk about what's your favorite basketball memory? Could have been a buzzer beater, crossover, anything.
Favorite memory, bro. Favorite. That's a
You
great question, bro. I can say that the first thing come to my mind, and this may be just because of the fact a lot of people bring it towards me, is like the clutch shot I hit at the end to close Forest Hill out when we
got
was going back and forth with Stringer. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He hit a big shot, I come right back and hit one, and we just went back and forth in them final moments, and then I ended up hitting the last one to close it out. You know what I'm saying?
and y'all won that game by 4, I think, right?
Man, it was close. I don't know. I don't know. I know we won. Hey, all I need to know is the fact we
Yeah,
closed them out and won, bro. Because I couldn't stand Forest Hill,
yeah,
dog.
yeah. I think we end up I I can't. I don't think it was that year, but I know it might have been the next year. I can't remember, but we ended up going to Forest Hill. It was like playoffs or whatever. We ended up, yeah, it couldn't have been that year because Stringer wasn't playing that year. That year they had a dude named Bilbo or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I think his name was Chris Bilbo or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was nice.
Yeah, it
But
was.
would you say Stringer was the toughest? Who was the best? Who would you think? Would you say the best player you ever played against?
As far as high school,
Yeah, yeah, high school.
man, I probably can't remember cuz name, bro. But it's crazy, bro, because in my ninth grade year and my 10th grade year, we got a chance to play a whole lot of people, like as far as like Coach Hines had us going into these big tournaments and stuff like this. So I can't really recall their names, but I know for sure we played cats that went to the league.
For
But as
real?
far man, for sure, like he had us in these big tournaments where folks come from all the whole southern region, you feel me,
Yeah,
from Tennessee to Texas and all that. Like
yeah,
we played some competition throughout the summer. They were
yeah,
blowing us out,
yeah,
crushing us. But I mean, I guess I could say as far as like to my recollection of people I remember, like for sure Stringer, bro. Stringer was a dog,
he was
man.
nice.
He was a dog, bro. Pulling
Yeah,
up from like almost hell court like effortlessly, bro.
yeah.
Dude used to wake up at 5, 6 in the morning and go train. Like he really had that mentality long before we even understood what it took to go, you know what I'm saying, to that next level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Mhm.
it was a lot of them. I mean, Jackson metro area had if it was 12 out of the 12 then it does, and Jackson probably has. I mean, Callaway was gonna have one.
They
Uh
did have one for
yeah,
sure.
they was gonna have one.
Yeah.
Jim Hill,
Mm-hmm.
Mars Hill, Wingfield
Murrah.
in Provine. I mean, Jackson probably had about six, but who was your favorite like matchup? Who was your favorite player to like y'all was the same like skill set, same size, like you knew when you seen them on the schedule, y'all were gonna go at it. It was gonna be a good game.
Good matchup. Man, I felt like I gotta say Stringer, bro. Like
Yeah,
in that aspect of it, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
he was the closest as far as size with that same type of intensity and mentality. But the thing that only the difference between him and me, I felt like he was a whole lot more aggressive, like getting to the goal and doing more of that. I kind of like fell into like just, you know what I'm saying, like taking spot up shots or whatever. I wasn't as aggressive getting to the cup like I was in my early years, you know.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
Stringer was that guy, bro. I gotta hand it to him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He definitely was, man. I watched him, when he went to LA and stuff. But what?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this though. Most of my real competition, I can say for sure came from practice, bro. From me and Bob. Like
Yeah,
me and Bob.
yeah. Shout out to Bob, man. Hey, people, Bob underrated because I think because the timing was different. The timing was
Hmm.
with Bob. It was y'all was so deep, man. Y'all had, I mean, it was y'all was deep, man. Bob,
Yeah.
man. Bob. Shout out to Bob, man.
He
Bob.
was that guy, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played behind Bob in rec league when we played for the recreation department in Lipsy, and we played for Coach Kenny. I think we was the Spurs or something like that. But man,
Yeah.
just whatever it is, he had it. Like
So
he was pulling up like Allen Iverson, man. He was shooting like when this was a time where either in that age it wasn't no
hmm,
mid range game. Like either you were shooting threes or you were going all the way to the hole. Man,
that's a fact.
Bob he had it, bro. Like
Because fam studied Kobe. Like this is what I'm saying. Like I felt so foreign by the time I got to hooping because like I'm telling you, bro, first thing with me was baseball. Then junior high, I mean, Lipson junior high was baseball and football. I ain't really started playing basketball till like eighth grade, bro. Like that was I was green, you know what I'm saying? I ain't understand nothing about basketball.
yeah,
And so me and him, I think the thing that separated him was the fact his IQ was so high and he had studied Kobe since a kid. Like his
yeah,
big brother played basketball. Like Bob knew basketball.
yeah.
I didn't know basketball. I just like the hoop. You feel me?
I remember Bob pulling me to the side one game and was like, they was I think might have been playing Macomb, and Macomb like to put they when you step across half court they try to trap you. So
Hmm.
he, during the timeout he was like, hey man, when you get to the half court, don't cross half court, back up. You got a couple more seconds to try to work something out. Just the little stuff like I just wasn't always developed like that. But Bob, man, yeah, Bob had it, man. I learned a lot from Bob, man, and he was one of the ones that just and he played way bigger than what he was.
That's a fact.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
would you say you played like an NBA player? Who would you say you played like your game your playing style?
I like to say, bro, I emulated early on a lot of I paid attention. Well, I'm gonna say as far as like when I first was getting into basketball, the two main players I studied a lot, bro, was Chris Paul and Steve Nash.
For real?
So man, what? Because I started out a point guard, bro. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until the 10th grade year till I started transitioning over to shooting guard. So
Yeah,
I can say just I didn't probably develop most of the game and pattern it after Chris Paul, but just the leadership mindset and how passionate he was. I saw myself in him. You feel me?
yeah,
Like that's me.
yeah,
Extremely passionate, ain't taking no excuses, finna
yeah,
give you everything I got. But the aspect of me that I still say that correlated with it was like, bruh, I can give you buckets, but at the same time, I care more about everybody around me still like being able to do what they do. I don't want to end up being too selfish, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But if I had to go get it, I could get it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Chris Paul? You say Chris Paul would be your
Chris
favorite?
Paul.
Your
Yeah,
favorite?
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked him, man. He was one of the ones that like made it look easy. He didn't really try too hard. He wanted to get everybody else involved and that kind of stuff. But last question about this, that we're gonna switch gears again. What would you say your most embarrassing basketball moment?
Ah, uh, Man, I I'm finna run this story to you. You played under Wilson too, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
All right, cool. So you know his temperament. All
yeah. Oh, yeah.
right. All right. So look, we playing it was a red team. Warren Central. We
Warren.
playing Warren Central. So me and Bob used to interchange at a point guard and shooting guard, but at the time he had me running, bringing the ball up the court for whatever we was doing. So peep game, bro. I'm coming up the court. I'm doing this lazy crossover. I done got ripped. Dude, come back, lay it up. I come
Yeah,
back, do the same thing, bro. Turnover, lay up again. Come back, do the same slow crossover. Ripped me 3 times in a row. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm in my feelings. I'm frustrated. So
yeah,
coach called a timeout, like, hey man, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Getting on to me. I
yeah.
tell coach, hey bro, I'm just gonna stand on the outside and shoot threes. Man, I ain't touched the floor no more that night, cuz.
He ain't put you back in.
It was with. I feel so played, man.
I think he wanted to send a message. I think he just because I mean, there's no doubt they needed you out there, man. But he probably
Yeah.
he had to stand on he had to stand
He
on.
had to stand on business for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This,
Either that or I could tell you about the time where, I had lost my two front teeth.
I heard about that. I had heard about it. I wasn't. I don't think I was there for that one.
Yeah, dog.
But do
Yeah, that was
like
bad business.
Fred?
You say what now?
What was it like playing with Fred with Big Fred family?
Man, Chico, because like the thing about Fred, he was as easy as he could have dominated because he had that hook shot down pat. Fred still always wanted to make sure he looked out for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's like it's just like an advantage. You know what I'm saying? Fred ain't gonna fuss and talk too much. You know what I'm saying? He was an easygoing guy, but at the same time, you knew and had to respect his game enough to like feed him. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I would tell you my Fred story. We was playing Lawrence County. This is my 10th grade year. It's that turn
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving break. We,
Hmm.
so it's Lawrence County there, Macomb, South Pike maybe. So it's the last game of the tournament. We playing Lawrence County, and I get in like middle of the first quarter or something like that.
Hmm.
Fred, Lawrence County tallest player probably like 5'11", 6 feet really, and so
Yeah.
Fred in the post calling for the ball, and I shot it, and so I guess so. The people that was behind me, Coach Wilson. Well, I didn't find out till after the game, but Coach Wilson said that I was listening to the people in the crowd that they told me to shoot it, and I shot it, which I don't remember hearing nobody telling me to shoot it. But that was the only time Fred he got snappy with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I just developed enough to know that that's a higher percentage shot. Giving it to the
Easy.
with somebody a foot shorter than him, holding him. I just wasn't on that level yet, man. But
You were trying to get a bucket, man. It's all right.
yeah, yeah. I end up getting my redeeming myself later on, in the second half. But yeah, the playing with Fred, man, we had Daniel too and Keith and Leo.
Oh yeah, y'all was straight.
We were pretty good that year, man. But yeah, what you say what would be the one thing you say you do just as good as anybody? Like wake up out of bed, do it easy, no problem.
All right, so that's a tricky question. I'm trying to figure out like when you say as easy as anybody, are you more so saying something that come easy to me? Like it's something I can do without even thinking
Yeah,
about it?
yeah,
Bruh, problem solved, bruh.
for real.
Problem solved, bruh. Like I gotta figure things out. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? No
yeah,
matter what it is, it's just something that's in me. I can't like if a room dirty, I gotta organize it. If it's something dealing with finance, I gotta go hustle and figure out a way to make ends meet. I gotta figure things out, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I can't even control it. It's gonna happen.
Do you see that quality in any of your kids? Like which one of them remind you of you the most?
Man, my son, my baby boy,
Young,
my
yeah,
little boy, yeah, he the same way, bro.
you got it.
He the same. Ah, for sure. Yeah. That's how come I know it's something that's just innate. It's an
Yeah,
ability I can't even control, bro. And just building with my pops over time, watching and studying him, I see it. Like he the same exact way, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And what would you say? You know, was the hard was the one thing you had to, because back to the whole rule book and owner's manual thing. What would you say was one thing you had to learn as a parent? You know, something that you might have thought about a couple months, a couple years down the road was like, dang man, I gotta go, I gotta fix that.
Man, communication, bro. As weird as it may sound, I turned out. I feel like I'm an anomaly, bro. Like my mama was like hustling, bro. Like
Yeah.
working two to three different jobs all through my whole life, going to school, just constantly bettering herself. And it's like she gave me enough game, and I guess she knew I was able to receive enough to where she did what she had to do. And
Hmm.
but what I'm getting at is like I ain't have my parents really just like, hey, come on, this how this going. It's like she'll tell me this what it is. I better abide by it and go on, or she gonna come back in and check it. And my
Hmm.
pops, I ain't grow up with my pops in the crib, but
Oh,
like every time I'm around him, he was a solid guy and he'll give me sound advice. But it's I can't blame nobody, myself or them, but it's like it wasn't traditional at
yeah,
all, bruh. So I guess what I'm getting at is I make it my duty to talk my kids through everything. You mad? I ain't finna make you feel no type of way for being mad. Why you mad? We're gonna talk through it. Now,
yeah,
if you get some instruction and direction from me, you go against it, consequences come with it. But for you to be a human and have emotion, sad, happy, whatever, like whatever you got going on, I want to be so involved to where any and everything you got going on, you can call me or pull up on me when you get older and it's good, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to ever feel like you was alone because see, my thing is I feel like even though if I probably tapped in more, they would have probably responded. I
yeah,
kept it all in the tuck. So
yeah, yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
But that's deep though, because I mean that's something that I talk about a lot, especially with in our community. That is, as a little kid, you told if you fall off the bike, get up. You're a big boy. Big boys don't cry. You
Hmm.
mama tell you shut up. You know what I'm saying? Before I give you something to cry for. So that 5-year-old Jay turned into the 25-year-old Jay. Now you got a wife that's saying, why you won't show me? Why you won't? Why was she looking for a reaction from you? So I'll be having to tell people like we off the same cloth. I'll be having to tell people that nonchalant people, we don't lack emotion, we lack expression. So we feel
Hmm.
emotion, we just don't show it because our whole life we've been told you're a big boy. Big boys don't cry. You supposed to get chewed out by Coach Wilson and stand there and eat it. You know,
Yeah, bruh. Yeah,
so
yeah.
10 years later, you ain't 15 no more getting chewed out by Coach Wilson. Now you 25, you get chewed out by your old lady and you just stand there and take it. But she want,
Mm,
and that's something
mm.
we don't really, that we just don't, it ain't just you, it's all of us, man. We really, behind it's really no balance because either you got the black man that don't know how to regulate his emotions, that just the littlest thing he want to pull out a pistol and shoot everybody, or it's the other
Yeah,
just don't, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. But I can say this now, truthfully, I'ma agree with you up until the point where it's like, bruh, I was that way. Like I did not know the first way to express nothing up until I got married. I
Yeah,
don't know what it was about that, bruh, but I
yeah,
was nonchalant in one way up until that point. When I got married, bruh, I was forced to deal with so much, whether it was her fault or my fault, to where I had to keep going inward and
yeah,
figuring out, like, bro, where is this coming from? Why she always say this, or why am I always responding this way? And
yeah,
like I told you, bro, I have to figure out problems.
yeah,
So now I'm a whole lot more expressive, and I probably over communicate. But
yeah,
like, hey, bro, at the end of my day, I know for a fact if something ain't going smooth. Can't nobody say they don't understand where Jay coming from or what it is that's going on my end. Like that
yeah.
can't be an option. You know what I'm saying?
I think that got a lot to do too with that says a lot about the bond that y'all got. That
Mm,
y'all could get through all that kind of stuff. Y'all could talk about it. Cause some people, man, like I think a lot of times people be mixing up. chemistry and a bond. Like you can have chemistry with a stranger. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you done met
Hmm.
somebody in Walmart or something, or in the mall. Y'all stand there and talk for 10 minutes. You don't even. That's chemistry. But y'all ain't
Yeah.
bond. You know what I'm saying? But when you
Yeah, yeah.
them, that's when the magic happens.
That's
So
a fact.
so what? How would you say what helps y'all? Was it just did something that just was already there? Or what did y'all do to kind of help with y'all with the bonding and stuff?
Bro, I feel like being on one accord, like faith. I ain't into trying to tell nobody what to believe in, but I feel like two individuals got to believe in the same thing in order for y'all to have a hierarchy. Because if I feel this and you feel that, we're gonna constantly go back and forth. But if we both believe this over both,
Yeah,
hey, bro, let's get
yeah,
real. Let's get
yeah,
to the let's what this say. All
yeah,
right, bro, I'm wrong. But if it's always me versus you, it's forever
yeah,
gonna be conflict, you
yeah.
know?
What would you say to Travis Hunter? What you have you looked into the Travis Hunter situation?
Man, you gotta break it down to me, bro.
Yeah. So long story short, the chick he was dating or whatever, he just won the Heisman and all that. And so
Mm-hmm.
after he won the Heisman, she 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 didn't really like. I guess people was expecting her to be more excited for him and happy for him or whatever. So anyway, she didn't stand up when he got up to get the Heisman, and Dion made her get up or whatever. So her response was, I was just letting him have his moment. But then after that happened, some stuff came out like she had some dude I guess he had posted like from Snapchat or something like that, an old video of when she was in the club or whatever. But
Mm.
he ended up deactivating his Instagram because people was telling him like, I mean, everybody done talked about it. Shannon Sharp, uh, I mean, everybody. So they basically telling him like, man, just you still young, be careful, that kind of stuff. So now, I mean, it's a lot of Travis Hunters out there, So what would you say for the young man that's still like trying to find himself, that's trying to commit, to a relationship at that age, like 2021?
So basically, you saying a young man who basically doing what he's supposed to do to establish himself, how do he need to conduct himself to move into something on a serious tip? That's
Yeah,
what you're saying?
yeah,
Man, it's gonna kind of go right back to what I was saying. Like, whatever your faith is, you're gonna have to get very sound in that aspect because once you do, you will have a certain level of discernment that come with it. And
yeah,
then you will know how to govern yourself accordingly because like you of all people should know this, like, bruh, the more you grow, the more it's gonna be good and bad that come your way. And you're gonna have to be able to know the difference of what the intentions is from these people, whether y'all have history or not.
yeah,
And so I think that just come with it getting more experience and getting deeper in your faith. I feel
yeah,
like that's the only way that you're gonna truly know. And having wise counsel, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're fortunate enough to have at least one person in your ear that got sense and you can see from example that they building something or have built something, you know what I'm saying, that's sustaining itself. I feel like that's gonna be helpful because you
yeah.
can't do it by yourself, bro.
No, and I think it's good to have people that you do want to be like and people that you don't want to be like, because it's the people that's on the other end of the spectrum, they show you like, okay, if I don't do XYZ, I'm gonna end up like this. So what would you say was like a I guess you could call it a pivot, but like a major turning point? It could have been something in high school or anywhere between, whenever. Like, what was that one moment that you look back and was like, man, you know what, I'm glad I planted my foot right there and I went this way?
Man, the first one I say was, bruh, getting into truck driving, bruh.
Yeah,
For me, because prior to that, I was all over the place. I worked so many different odd jobs, get bored because I felt like I mastered whatever there was gonna be, and I quit.
you was.
And then I feel like I wasn't being for the mind I have. I feel like I wasn't being compensated. And don't get me wrong, what I do not take care of what I supposed to be having to do. You know what I'm saying, and provide. But like, I just know the way that I see life is still way more than just this. But I feel like for the current state that I'm in, it was able to compensate me and give me enough of a challenge to where it made sense. So it solidified me and gave me a deeper sense of foundation and confidence in a financial way and just as a man. You know what I'm saying? So prior to that, bruh, I was all over the place, man, doing any and everything and not
Yeah,
understanding that. I was spinning my wheels, wasting a lot of time.
Yeah, but you just I think a part of it was number one, you wasn't stimulated enough because it's like, you know your potential, but then you end up doing this and it just not. It's like you kind of feel like a robot. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
what you're doing now is just a stepping stone, man. Just like everything else, it ain't. It's not. You ain't nowhere close to the end of the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just a process to where and I think that we do have a that free will to where it's like a river, like it's tributaries feeding into these rivers, right? You know,
Hmm.
river's gonna end up the Mississippi River gonna go into the Gulf of Mexico. Now you could go down the Fair River, you can go down Pearl River, you can go, but you're gonna end up in the Gulf of Mexico. You know,
So,
you're gonna get where you're going, but I feel like we have enough free will to kind of navigate and go down different experiences and different pathways. But what would you think? What would you say like your biggest obstacle to doing the truck driver stuff?
mm, my biggest obstacle before I got into it, or like the obstacle that come with it.
Like transitioning from working different jobs to like, man, you know what, like, was it being away from home or what, what was that like?
It was just faith. The faith of realizing that this thing may seem big and scary, but like they say, bro, you gotta eat an elephant one bite at a time. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? I've never been in an 18 wheeler prior to that. I've
yeah,
never understood, like I never even drove a stick shift in a car.
yeah,
So to know that those will be, you know, requirements for me to get my license, that automatically was trying to push doubt down my mind. Like, bro, you can't even do that. Like, you don't know nothing about this. You don't know no technicalities of what come with nothing. You don't know nothing. So,
yeah,
but bro, it was just a matter of praying about it long enough and saying, bro, what I got to lose, bro? I gotta go and try it. Like, come on,
right,
bro. You feel me?
yeah, yeah,
Go. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So faith, well, fear was the biggest obstacle in that
yeah.
in that case.
Gotcha. What was that feature like with Trip? Like was it like did you talk to his manager? Like was it like was y'all did y'all go in the studio together and do it, or was it just like he did it and kind of sent you his verse, or how did that go?
Man, so with that situation, bruh, it kind of go right back to the trucking thing. Like I was able to have the spare change at the
Yeah,
time. So it was like, really, bruh, just a female tagged me up under a post he had put up.
yeah,
And he had a special going on where he was like, bro, I'm working with budgets for independent artists. I respect the hustle. I know what it's like.
yeah.
If you serious about your craft, DM me and we'll go back and forth from there. So, bruh, he was like, "What you comfortable with spending?" I think, truthfully, bruh, I was like, "Man, I got $750, bruh."
For
And he was
real?
like, "Man, yeah." He was like, I said, "I got $750." He was like, "Cool. Send me your email. Send me the song, bruh." I sent him the song. He sent it back like 2, 3 days later. You feel
For
me?
real?
Man, I couldn't believe it, bruh. I was like, "All right."
Dang,
But it
man.
go right back to that same thing, bruh, the fear aspect. I'm like, bro, if I DM this man, he ain't finna even respond. Or, if I set
Yeah,
this price, he finna laugh at me, bro. Like,
and he did it.
nah, it's faith, bro.
Dang.
Yup.
Well,
Yup.
that I mean that says a lot about his character too, because it's like he's still in touch with the people that's trying to come up like he been there before. But talk
Mm-hmm.
about because I remember y'all started Swag to Official,
Yup.
then Second Cousins,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that it's kind of like y'all y'all did your own thing. So I know y'all, it wasn't no beef or nothing like that. But what was it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, was it a mutual thing, or was it one person wanting to stay a group? Or like, how did that go where y'all was like, you know what, I'm gonna be Casino or you gonna be this?
So I can't say it was mutual. I had to say it was more me.
Okay.
And the first thoughts I can think of as far as like the transition. It was more so at the time. I can think like let me see what cause
Cause it was
mm,
had to be 2015,
it
16,
was around, that's what I'm saying. It was around the time where I got ready to get married. I got married in 2016. I knew she was pregnant with my first daughter at the end of 2015.
Yeah.
So just with that alone, bro, I think the way my mind started changing, and we were under like an independent label at the time, and I just was feeling like I was able to do and express more without no restrictions, bro.
Yeah.
Like, truthfully, if I was working in that, I would have to present myself like, okay, cuz this my idea for this, and he gotta be cool with it, and then they gotta be cool with it for it to end up turning into a song.
Yeah.
But so just truthfully, bro, not even trying to sound selfish, I'm like, dang, bro, I got my own studio. I was like, I got too many thoughts that I need to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, why would I keep compromising the fullness of what I can do when I
Yeah.
can just go all in and do it my way? So that was my initial way of like letting them know, like, hey, bro, no disrespect, no hard feelings, bro, but I got a whole lot I want to do, and I got a different type of motor, so I just want to go, bro, and
So it was like you just
respected it
out of the lines was you wanted to be more creative.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So talk.
And
Yeah, my bad. I'm listening.
oh no, I was just gonna say, in that though, cuz hit me like probably a couple years later. He was like, bro, I understand what you were saying now. Like, you
Yeah.
just saw it before I saw it. Like,
Yeah.
he understood that he needed it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
ain't like we can't ever work together. We actually working on something now, but it was like to be confined to just that only, that ain't good.
Yeah. 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 But was it talk about what it's like being under a label? Like I know people. I think you talked about it before. It's the difference between the music industry and the music business. Like not far as like the money side of it, but like the
Hmm.
you can't put this out, you can't do this, you can't, you know what I'm saying? What's that like?
Bruh, listen. I might just be a rebellious person by nature. I can't handle being told no if I know it's a way to say to get a yes, bruh.
Yeah,
Like, no, that's what I'm saying. No disrespect to the construct of the music industry or how things are organized and set up, but it ain't for me, bruh. I just can't, bruh. I can't keep hearing no and not yet and hold on if it's a
yeah,
way for me to figure it. I can't do it, bruh.
yeah,
And
yeah.
see, that kind of connect back to the trucking thing because see, I ain't got nobody standing over my shoulder telling me when I can take a break.
You
Oh,
got
when you can go to the bed. Like, bro, nah, I can't do that, dog.
yeah, you got a little more autonomy, whereas you ain't nobody, ain't no
Yeah,
ain't no department manager telling you to do this. You kind of just
yeah. I think it, like I say, it's a case by case thing. Some people are okay with being like, I don't want to use the word govern because it sound a little rigid, but I'm just saying some people are okay with having a lot of structure and guidance
yeah,
towards what they're trying to get accomplished. Like, and that's cool, but for how I am and how my mind think, I gotta have freedom, bruh. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I gotta be able to like, if I want to drop 100 projects this year, I gotta do it and not be told no.
right, right,
Like,
right. Yeah,
so to me, I feel like the way that the industry is these days is like it's a whole lot more flexible now.
yeah,
But you got two different type of artists. Some artists need a full team and a full shebang and all of these different aspects going. And then
yeah,
you got some people who are more likely to not lean towards doing things that can build for like what the radio looking for. In a
right,
case like me, I feel like I'm the person who gonna rap about what I want to rap about. Whoever I attract, it'll be more of like-minded people. So whatever
yeah,
their culture develop, cool. And I'm
yeah,
okay with it. It may not be millions, long as I get two, three, a couple of thousand, I don't even care how many people, but long as I got a crew and tribe of people who think in a
yeah.
similar way that I'm thinking, and we locked in on that, whatever happens from there, I'm cool with
Yeah.
that, bro.
Can you
Yeah,
talk about like the situation with Moray, the quicksand dude? Do you remember him, right?
I do remember him.
But like you know what's going on now with like his label and stuff.
What happened?
He basically like I think I ain't on Twitter, but I seen it on YouTube where he making a bunch of Twitter posts. Basically, like the label is like would not let him release on me. That's why you haven't heard nothing from him. But
Ay,
he beefing with the label because when he came out with the quicksand song or whatever, he shot the video, and then somebody saw it and they made him take the video down and reshot the video and all that stuff. So I mean, I think he got his advance and all that stuff because I see, he got the grill and all that. But I don't like now. He just saying he basically like you just said, like he don't have that autonomy and that freedom. But I think it happened to a lot more people than like the baby, for example, with the stuff with him supposed to be getting blackballed. So I think that happened in the music industry more often than not.
Yeah, it's a fact, bro. It's grimy, dog. Like hmm,
Yeah,
it's terrible, bro. I mean, but at this point, it's too much awareness, like on YouTube and just on these documentaries for somebody that's getting into it to be naive. Like at this point, you got to know what you're getting into. It's a risk that come with getting into getting in bed with these people, bro. You know,
right. Who was your favorite? Was there anybody that like inspired you to rap? Who was your favorite? Who was your favorite rapper?
man, Wayne sparked it all for me.
Wayne did. I can see that.
Yeah, yeah, the lyricism, bro, the cleverness, the wit, all of that stuff, it ignited something in me that, I never even understood that I needed. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So like I say, bro, for me to be growing up in a way where I felt like I never was vocalizing how I felt and how I thought, rap was the perfect outlet.
yeah,
And then to be able to get all of this creativity out, that
yeah.
was something brand new to me. So that's why the passion to this day is still there, bro.
Yeah, what you people think about people like I know you've been other places like outside of Mississippi, but like for me,
Hmm.
I didn't know that people not from the South, they look at people from the South kind of different. So have you ever had any experiences where like, people might have like downplayed you because of where you was from, because we don't get the same courtesy as a you saying, oh man, I'm an artist, I'm from California, or I'm an artist, I'm
Yeah.
from New York, I'm from Miami. Like you say you're an artist from Mississippi, like, so you got any experiences like that?
All the time, bro. I drive, so every now and then I go in certain stores and be like, "Man, check out my music." They be like, "Where you from?" "I'm from Mississippi." First response is a smile. Mississippi. I'm
Uh
like, "Bruh, trust me. I ain't the one to overhype something, but I guarantee you, you listen, it's something you ain't never heard before, and it ain't what you expecting."
you're
You
right.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's almost like a way you gotta kind of like sort of convince people to accept the fact,
Right,
like, man, look, I'm not dumb, I'm not illiterate. I do have some knowledge of things outside of growing up on a farm or something. You
right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm a human, bro.
Yeah, yeah. But have you ever had any run-ins with like Krit or Banner or like any of them? I can't think of nobody else from this or the Joker maybe. Any type of relationship with any of them?
Man, not yet, bro. I know when it do happen, it's gonna make perfect sense, but not yet, dog.
Yeah,
Maybe you or somebody else can keep throwing it out there, bro.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Have you making your own beats now?
Man, I still ain't done it, bro. I still
Yeah,
ain't done it. Nah, nah.
yeah. It's but like for like I remember it was a time where you was doing the studio sessions and stuff, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it was just a period where you were just grinding. It was just a grind thing. But
Facts.
what do was how was it like helping other artists? Like what was it that you got out of there? Was it just helping other people make their vision come true, or was it more like you just trying to prove something to yourself?
It was a multitude of things. Initially I got into the recording people thing because, like I say, I've always had my own setup.
Mm-hmm.
And like my partners knew that, so they'll come pull up and we'll do tracks, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
word of mouth, it start to spread. So I never did want to charge from the jump. I was just loving to do it, helping people record. But when folks got to saying, like, all right, I need you to record my whole tape, it's like, all right, man, I'm gonna have to figure out what's a price. And I always hated talking about money, bro. It took me a
yeah,
while to get to a point where this where I'm at, bro.
yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, man, like it just it's interesting because I was able to provide therapy sessions, bro.
Base.
Like the way that I am and how I am, like just think every time I sit with a person, I'm trying to do more than what's in front of us. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
we're doing a song, but like I really want to know how you doing, bro. I want to check on you and see where you at, especially if I'm hearing you rap about certain things. I'm like, dang, bro, like what's putting that on your mind? So um it was therapy for me and the other artists. I was able to help provide opportunity for them as far as having a convenient studio, and also I was able to make a little bread from it. So I mean, all of them things are true at the same time.
Yeah, I
But I
got
mean, the thing that that made me get away from the studio is like, man, I used to stay in a little shotgun house on Independence Street. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? 2 bedroom, 1 bath house. So I used to have the studio in the living room.
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was foul. I want respect. Like what I'm saying, I was freshly married. You know what I'm
I
saying,
I
bro?
got
A newborn and a little small child. Like it was a better way to do that.
you. Yeah,
And so, anyways, I was going crazy for so long, and after a while, it got to a point where my senses kicked in. Like, hey, bro, you gonna have to sit it down. You
yeah,
know. So if I was ever now, truthfully now, if I ain't gonna say if, once I'm able to get a building that's completely separated from the crib and
yeah,
it makes sense, I still care enough to where I would want to open that up and make it where it's accessible for the community. Cause like bruh, it's needed. Like this is giving folks an outlet.
yeah. It is.
Regardless of what they rapping about, they getting a chance to get some stuff out, bruh.
Yeah,
And so I still want to see that through, but I feel like it's gonna be God time and not my time.
yeah, yeah. I feel it was something you said about. I'm tell you what helped me was when you said you don't like to talk about money because for one, that's always been taboo and like in our community, you never ask people how much they pay for their car. You don't ask people how much money they make. You just don't do that, right? So
Mm.
I have to when I'm because I'll help people like go buy cars and stuff like that and actually go and like negotiate with them and stuff. But what helped me, man, is it may sound crazy, but I just pretend like I'm talking about Cheerios. Like, yeah, like when I say, like when you was like, man, it's hard for me to talk about money, man. I used to be like that too. But when I'm sitting there, I'm talking about you done been in a dealership before. You sitting in the middle of the dealership. They make it like that to make you uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there at the table, you're out in the open with all these people. You feel like everybody looking at you. So when we talk about money, if they tell me, man, the best we could do is like 28,000. I look straight at him and say, man, I'm thinking more like 25. But in my mind, I'm telling him 25,000 Cheerios.
For
I'm taking,
sure.
I'm taking the emotion out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have
Yeah.
no attachment to no money. And a lot of
Mm.
subconsciously, like I seen something the other day. They was talking about your forehead is the billboard for what's going on in your mind. So it's so much
Mm.
that show up on your face that you don't even know. So you unconsciously telling people, "Hey, I'm uncomfortable." You know what I'm saying? And
That's a fact.
our animal brain, even you. I mean, you good at reading people reading body language. Your animal brain tell you. Like you ever seen somebody and be like, "Yeah, I can tell they smoke." You don't know how, but you can tell they smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
your animal brain picked that up, right? So whenever I'm talking about money, it could be it could be 10 million, it could be I ain't talking about nothing on that level, but I'm just saying like if it's something like a car or any type of negotiation, man, in my mind, I'm talking about Cheerios. I ain't talking about money. And that helps me take the emotion out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to take that and run with it, bro, because I ain't gonna lie. At this point in my life, that's the trauma that I'm working through.
Yeah,
Any and everything connected to money, bro.
yeah,
Because I understand that the stagnation that I'm dealing with is only because of the trauma and the viewpoint that I'm placing on it.
yeah.
Because I got the passion, ability, and know-how, connections, all of that. But it's gonna take. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I struggle with that because I had been checking, looking at people credit for since like 2017 up until this year, like wasn't charging them nothing. And so now I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just, it's gonna be 35 to do this, and then if you decide to do this and that, then that 35 go towards that. But it was hard for me to do that because it's like I've been doing it for free all these years, and then a lot of time, people just if they in a situation like a lot of time people just don't be, like I be just think about it, bro. Like if you eat what you want to eat every day, you know what I'm saying? You sleeping good at night. Like sometimes we take things for granted, you know what I'm saying? And it's people out there that are really struggling, you know what I'm saying? So it was hard,
Thanks.
yeah, but I knew I had to do it to kind of weed out, certain people. But just yeah, man, just as far as that go, man, just tell you gotta just tell yourself, man, I'm talking about Frosted Flakes, I'm talking about Cheerios. That'll take the emotion out of it, and the other person to see subconsciously that you comfortable with talking about this. So it must be something you do pretty often. But yeah,
Facts.
yeah, that's all it is to it, man. Just take the emotion out of it. Yeah,
Working through it, bro. Working
yeah,
through it.
yeah, facts, man. But yeah, I think that about wrap it up for me, man. Unless you want to add anything else, we can always spin the block, do another one.
Yeah.
Soon, it ain't no thing.
Bro, I feel like for what we originally went into this to get done, bro, we executed. I feel like, but honestly though, I feel like it's so much more we can touch on. We gonna have to run it back.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. We gonna do it again, man. We gonna bounce some ideas off each other. That way, maybe between now and then, some things
Mm-hmm.
have some current events we could talk about. Maybe whatever. But yeah, I mean, we definitely gotta do it again, man. Sometime soon.
Yeah, I'm with it 100%, bro. Anytime, long as I got a heads up, we can knock it out, bro.
Bet. I lock in with you, man. Just hey, be safe out there on the road, man. And yeah, I'll see you next time, bro.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, bro. You be
Okay,
safe too.
okay, for sure. Bet.
All right, peace.
All right, peace out, man.